Hi, I'm Greg Smith, the laziest programmer on earth, and today we're going to be looking at the Freewrite Traveler. This is a distraction-free writing device which feels a bit like a half-sized laptop. It uses an e-ink display, has no internet connection, and allows you to basically write without all the distractions of your laptop, which includes things like your email and web browsing and advertising and what have you. So our story begins in October of 2018 when Astrohaus released the crowdfund on Indiegogo for the new and improved Freewrite Traveler. The Freewrite had been selling for some time. It was a flat device and it had a kind of a retro look and feel with switches that were kind of little levers. It uses an e-ink display. And because of that, it's very low power. And so the batteries will last for as much as 2 weeks on one charge, which is pretty amazing. So when the device came out in October of 2018, I was really excited. And so I was one of the first to put in an order. The device was supposed to ship by September of 2019, but due to a number of delays, including the COVID-19 pandemic, the device didn't ship until October of 2020. I ordered mine in February of 2019, and I had a 20-month wait from the time that I ordered mine until it showed up. For some people, from the time that it was announced until the time that it delivered was just about 24 months, almost 2 years from the time that it was announced until the time it delivered. And I have to admit, I gave Astrohaus a lot of grief about this online. I didn't miss any opportunity. Starting about May of 2020, I didn't miss any opportunity to let them know that I was really unhappy with how long it was taking them to get the device to customers. I even filed a complaint with the New York State Attorney General complaining that Astrohaus was not delivering on their promises. Ultimately, the Attorney General got back to me and said it was pretty much just a personal dispute because it was a crowdfunding campaign. But I have to say, when I finally got my Freewrite Traveler, I was very impressed. The device is not just what they offered, but is actually quite beautiful. The craftsmanship really is not something that you see every day. And I'll be doing a unboxing here in just a minute, but I want to tell you that my first impression is this device really is very nice. And the biggest differentiator that this has, again, compared to probably any other device, is its keyboard. The keyboard alone, I think, is really very high quality. And I would say that Astrohaus would be very well advised to disconnect the e-ink display and just sell the keyboard. The biggest problem that the Traveler has is the expense. I got mine for $349 as a special deal. The list price is $600, and you can get it for about, I think it's $500 right now. And if you consider that you can get a Google Chromebook for about $200 and just disconnect it from the internet, that's a big price to pay for a distraction-free laptop. The software is probably the biggest disappointment. For example, I had to do a firmware update, and I had to let it sit for 60 seconds for it to for the sleep timer to time out. And then there was absolutely no visual feedback that the firmware update was occurring. Other problems include the fact that it's 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. And I had to set up a special Wi-Fi connection on my router because my connections, my Wi-Fi SSIDs are hidden and I don't allow other people to see them. So I had to create one that was visible to the world. The software, in order to set some of the settings on the device, you have to connect to their website. That's a definite negative. You shouldn't have to go to their website to set the font size. One of the concerns I have is that in order to get the files to your Dropbox or what have you, the files that you're writing have to go up to their website and then get distributed. If for whatever reason their website goes away, you're kind of stuck with a device that is configured as per the last time it reached their website, and you can only pull the files off the device as if it was a USB thumb drive. So those are big negatives, considering that this is supposed to be a standalone word processing device. I don't see any reason why settings have to be done on the web. Those settings should be, part of the software. Another complaint that I have is that the display itself is kind of slow. It's an e-ink display. It looks like it might be an older generation of e-ink, and you can definitely see flicker as you're typing. Deleting characters causes a complete refresh of the display. And also the typing experience, if you're a touch typist and you're watching the display, there's a lag time between your key press and the characters showing up on screen. Now I type maybe 30 or 40 words per minute, and that delay between the characters that you're typing and what shows up on the display is a real distraction. And for a distraction-free device, that's a big negative. So as much as I like the Freewrite Traveler, I can't really recommend it for the average writer, for the person who wants a distraction-free environment. I think you would do quite well to buy a Google Chromebook and actually get a copy of the online version of the Traveler, which Astrohaus has on their site, and use that. That's a very nice editor. And I think that if you could put that on a Chromebook, I think you'd have a really great distraction-free environment for about $200 or less. Their Chromebooks are quite inexpensive, especially if you buy a used one. So bottom line, love the Traveler, beautiful device, well-crafted. Keyboard is amazing, and I would recommend that Astrohaus sell just the keyboard. I would definitely buy a keyboard as much as $150, even $200 to write on that keyboard every day. But I can't recommend the Freewrite Traveler for writers. It's just too expensive. It doesn't really deliver on its promise of being distraction-free because of the lag in the display. And the connection to their website makes it untenable as a long-term solution for writers. I'm Greg Smith, the laziest programmer on earth. Tune in next time when I actually do an unboxing of the Freewrite Traveler. Stay tuned.